Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today's video is going to be almost 3 hours of organizing and decluttering. So this past week I was going through and watching some of my old decluttering videos, and I was shocked at how much stuff I used to have. Like every video I watched, I was like, what? How did I ever live like that? There was so much clutter, so much stuff. Like I just couldn't even believe it. It's just crazy looking back at these videos and seeing how far I've come. And I thought it would be a really fun idea if I went through and pulled out all of my favorite declutters and lumped them into one video. So some of these are from 2023, 2024, 2025, and that way if you guys need some hardcore decluttering motivation, you are in the right place. Now, all of these decluttering videos are from 2025 or earlier. So if you're someone that like actively keeps up with my videos, you don't have to worry about it feeling like a repeat or like you just saw this. They're all at least a year old, because I really wanted it to be like the shocking transformations from when I first started decluttering. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I know it's a little bit different. I love watching marathon videos. I love to put them up on my TV or my phone and have it as background noise as I'm cleaning, or just to watch it to get motivated. So if you want to use it as that, that would be a great idea. But I hope you guys enjoy, and let's just get into it. Okay guys, here we are. It is time for the decluttering, and this is where we're starting out. Now this is going to be a huge transformation. I know it looks horrible right now. So this is our guest room, and basically I've been on this whole decluttering journey, and with that came a lot of me putting random boxes or things that I wasn't ready to go through yet into this room, because I was like, no one goes into this room, I can shut the door. And it just kept piling on top of each other. So we have so many extra linens in here. We have boxes of clothes from different seasons that I needed to go through, books, a lot of paperwork, like boxes full of random papers that we've kept for so many years that I don't really know what's in them, but things that you kind of need to keep, like taxes and then old birthday cards and things like that. So I wanted to get it back to being a functioning room again, and my one goal was, do not move these things to other rooms. Do not make another room in your house or another area in your house get messy by cleaning this room. So what I did is I had a trash bag and I went through everything. And if I didn't have a place for it, I was going to throw it away or I was going to donate it. I wasn't going to keep moving it from room to room and deal with it later. So it ended up being a pretty crazy transformation. So right now I'm actually going through different clothing items that are from mine and my husband's like first apartment. I don't think I've ever opened this box since our first apartment. So I have this dress that I wore on our honeymoon and just a bunch of other clothes that, one, either don't fit me anymore, or two, they're not really items I would wear anymore because I'm just in a different stage of life. And for so long I have not wanted to part with them, but I'm like, you know what? I cannot just keep moving them from home to home and room to room. It is time to actually go through everything. So that was the task of today, was instead of putting it off for, no, maybe one day I'll want this. No. If you have not wanted it the last 8 years that I've been married, I'm not gonna want it next year. Now this pile is just a bunch of linens, and I have a hard time with parting with linens because I always think, what if one day there is this huge blizzard snowstorm down here in North Carolina and the heat goes out and me and all of my neighbors need 500 blankets. I don't know. Those are literally the thoughts I have. So I know that thinking is not very rational. So I'm gonna be getting rid of them. I decided, you know what? Every bed, we have my sons have twin beds. We have the queen bed in the guest room, and then we have a king bed. every bed can have their own linens and pillows, and then I can have like an extra set for every bed, and then maybe just call that good. So I don't know. I'm just hoping there's not one day here in like 8 years where I think back to this video and I wish I had 57 blankets, but we'll see. So when I posted part 1 of my decluttering series on YouTube a couple videos back, I was really nervous, obviously, because it's embarrassing. Typically you wouldn't invite people into your home and show them the dirtiest part of your home, and I was a little bit nervous about that. But I got a ton of really nice comments on that video of people thanking me for sharing it and just saying that it was relatable and they had areas in their home that looked the same. So I kind of wanted to add to that. So if this is your first time ever watching one of my videos and you're not familiar with my channel, I wanted to put in a couple of clips here. So funny enough, these clips I only took a couple days ago to put in my recent decorating video. And I feel like it just kind of goes to show that you can have both. You can have areas of your home that you're proud of and that are really put together and styled nicely. And then you can also have rooms like this that look horrible, and I just feel like it's kind of a good thing to keep in mind, because I'm guilty of it too, where I'll watch content creators and I'll only watch decorating videos, styling videos, home decor videos, and so to me, I'm just seeing these women with perfectly styled homes, and then I find myself being like, wow, I wish I could keep a home tidy like that. I wish I was as put together as blah, blah, blah. And so I just kind of wanted to put that out there, that you really never know, because I posted a styling video just a couple days ago, and then I also have a room in my house that looks like this. So definitely keep that in mind whenever you're playing the comparison game on social media. Okay guys, are you ready to see the after? I love it. It looks so much better. It did take me a couple days. You'll notice my outfit changed. I think I worked on it for like 3 hours one day and then maybe 3 hours the next day, and I got it done. And I also got it done without creating any extra trash in any other room. I did not move anything to a separate room. Everything stayed where it needed to stay, or it was thrown away or donated. So this is the after. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Oh, it just looks so much better. Okay, so moving on to the next area, I was actually inspired to do this because in my last video, which was a thrifting and styling video, I had thrifted these lighthouse prints to put over here on this desk area in our kitchen. And while I was filming that, the desk area was really messy and I kind of had to tidy it up so I could film the after shots. And I thought to myself, okay, this is an area I'm going to declutter next. So as you can see, just a bunch of random stuff where, you know, over the last couple of years that we've lived in this house have gotten shoved up here. A lot of it is craft items for school projects or home projects or kids stuff. So I just wanted to go through, and I knew there was a bunch of junk. Throw out things or organize it a little better. I wanted to show this book in case anyone who has kids doesn't know or hasn't heard of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. But if you have a child, you can sign up for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. I think up until they're the age of 5, her little imagination library will send you a free book every single month until your child turns 5. So we get a free book every single month. That's another way that we have so many books, and it's just really neat. I think that's such a great idea. You don't pay anything. It's totally free. Okay, so now that I've somewhat cleaned out this area, I'll go through this in a little bit. I'm gonna start taking stuff from up here and bringing it down here so I can see it, and then I have my garbage can right here, so hopefully I can go through it quickly. Moved into this house, all of the outlets in the kitchen had like these stainless steel outlet covers, and I changed them to just like an ivory that matched the wall. So I'm gonna, I don't know, I guess I could donate these. For some reason, I have a picture of my little sister in kindergarten. This is December 2001. Now, if you guys have watched any of my other cleaning or decluttering videos, I had moved a desk out of my 6-year-old's room so he could have more space in his room to like play and stuff. And because of that, I had a lot of markers and color pencils that were just kind of thrown in this bin downstairs at this desk. So I wanted to go ahead and get it a little bit more organized so that if my kids wanted to use this area to do crafts or color, draw, play, whatever, they could easily find whatever they're looking for. So this is the after. Oh, it looks so much better. Also, I just love those lighthouse prints. If you missed that last video of me thrifting, I'll have it linked down below. Guys, I recommend thrifting so much. Don't over thrift though. We're not trying to create more clutter. So I even said in that video that my husband made me tell him like exactly where I was gonna put these lighthouse prints before I bought them so that I wouldn't just create more clutter. And I'm very happy I got them. I feel like they totally transformed the space and it looks so good. So I'm really anxious. I've been really anxious a lot of days, basically all the time recently, which is why I've had trouble posting as much. I feel like I have built up energy and I feel like I've done everything else I can possibly do today. Bennett's napping, William's relaxing, I've gone outside, I've watched every show and YouTube video and listened to books, and I just need something to like do. So I was looking for food in the pantry and I was like, okay, the pantry looks rough. Everything is just thrown in here. So I don't know if this is going to become anything because I'm probably not going to do like a full transformation, but I figured I would just show on camera. I'm going to go through and try to organize it a little bit. Just try to give myself something to do for some, I don't know, some mental relief, hopefully. Okay, so I forgot I did that intro when I filmed this. I was having a really rough day, and I usually don't like talking too much about my anxiety or anything on my channel. I have touched on it a few times over the years, of course, but since I talked about it, I was like, you know what, I'll just put it in this video because it also, I don't know, it's just how I'm doing recently. So if you guys are not interested in that, or if that's a topic like mental health makes you uncomfortable, feel free to skip ahead. I'll even put like a little timestamp down below because I know different people have different things that, you know, affect them negatively, and I don't want to be that for someone. So I'll put a timestamp down below if you want to skip this anxiety talk. But I have just, I've talked about it before. I have really bad anxiety. I had my first panic attack when I was 8. I've been diagnosed with OCD. Specifically, it's just like health anxiety, health related. And I just have not been doing good recently, to be honest. And I think that's showed on my YouTube channel, like specifically 2024. I have posted so little videos compared to what I have in previous years. I've been doing YouTube since 2016 and I've been fairly consistent all the time except for like when things come up or whatever, but for the most part. And for 2024, I think I've only posted maybe 3 or 4 videos. So basically I was on Zoloft for 2 years because my anxiety was really like debilitating and it was doing really good. But it did, however, make me gain about 25, 30 pounds. And so me and my doctor decided back in October that I would just try to get off of it. I was feeling really good. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get off of it. So I actually got off of it in October, and it's funny because you think you're doing great when you're on anxiety medication because of the medication. So I was doing okay, I would say, until like November when I was fully weaned off. And then since then, it's just not been great. It's just not been great. I feel like kind of every day I am just riddled with crippling anxiety, like all day, every day, just not having a good time. Just really, really struggling, I'll be honest. I've been to a lot of doctor's appointments. I've had a few psychiatrist appointments. I've been on different medications. I don't want to go back on Zoloft. It actually kind of makes me sad that I even have to be on medicine, which I don't, like, obviously I don't have to be on medicine, but it kind of makes me sad that, like, I'm like, why do I have to? I just want to be able to live life like other people. I'm like, it's silly that I like need to be medicated to function, which just makes me sad. But yeah, so I do apologize for how spaced out my videos have been this year. I feel like I posted 1 in January, 1 in February, maybe 2 in March now. I've just been really having a hard time, and you know, my boys are amazing, my husband's amazing, like I'm still, you know, holding it together for them, obviously. Like, I don't think my kids would know that anything was wrong or anything like that. I'm still going on, like, chaperoning field trips and doing all the things, but it's kind of hard because I feel like internally I'm just not doing well right now. So I will say cleaning this pantry actually helped a lot. I had a lot of, like, built up anxious energy, and I whipped through this pantry organization. I don't think I've ever organize something so fast in my life. I was just like speed cleaning. So yeah, huge improvement, and it gave me something to do. I do feel a little bit better, so that's good. You know, better than sitting around and dwelling in the anxiety. I got something done and I was productive, and now I'm proud of myself. Okay, so this is what I say when I say some of the rooms that just need some attention. So this is our little, like, I guess you would call it our formal living room. That's what its intended purpose is. And clearly we're not doing much with it. It has a lot of great natural light in this room. So I do have my walking pad in here. Even though it's not the best look, it's the area that motivates me the best because it really is so sunny and happy in this room. So ignore that, that's gonna stay, but everything else just needed to be cleaned up. There was just stuff everywhere, and it pretty much was because the room next to this one is my office, where I moved in a desk and a rug recently. That'll be in a different video, but I did get a new rug for that area, if anyone's wondering, and I really like it. But because of that, I had to move stuff out of the office, and then it came into this room, and then I just never moved it back. So pretty much I needed to get this room looking better. It is one of the first rooms you see when you walk into the house. So if any guests came or anyone opened our front door, this is what they would see. And it's been like this for quite a little bit. So it was time to get it all cleaned up and, I don't know, looking a little bit nicer.
I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that I want you. You know you make me feel so alive. Can't stop thinking about you day and night. Love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. Everything I needed. I never thought I'd meet someone like you. You know you are the reason why I feel like I can fly.
So I only have a few clips of doing this, but it is crazy when I vacuum the stairs how big of a difference it makes. Just these little crumbs that are on the white part of the stairs, if I vacuum them up, the whole room when you walk in the house feels so much brighter and cleaner, and I notice it makes the biggest impact if people are coming over or anything. I always just clean the little white parts of the stairs, and it instantly makes the whole room look cleaner. So that is something that I try to do fairly often because it makes the biggest impact with the least amount of work. Okay, so this is actually another day now, which is why the kitchen is back in shambles. However, not too much shambles. I had just gotten a Walmart grocery order and had already taken everything out of the plastic bags and just had it on the counter. But before I could put it into the fridge, I remembered that the fridge was bad. This was an area that I put off. Whenever I'm not feeling well, that is one of the first areas that is not kept up, is the fridge and the pantry. And it was to the point where I didn't know what food we had. I feel like we were wasting food because we, couldn't see the food. So not only did I need to take everything out and kind of organize it and go through everything and see what was expired, but then just try to get a better system going on, putting all the new stuff back in so that we could actually eat our food and see it and not waste anything. Okay, so this room is my son's room. He is 6 years old and his room was just getting pretty messy. He tries to help me clean up. That is something that is not his forte. My 3-year-old is a lot better at cleaning and focusing. My 6-year-old is a little bit more like me and has ADHD, and it's a little bit harder for him to focus on the cleaning. So I wanted to go in here and kind of help him out and give him like a fresh slate. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And then also, he had been sick about a week ago and actually threw up on his rug. And at the time, I had cleaned it with a disinfectant. I really wanted it to like disinfect the area and not have like any germs or anything. And then the next morning I had went in and thought I had did a pretty good deep clean on it, but now looking at it, I had noticed over the last few days that the carpet was still kind of stained, which is unfortunate because this rug is like brand new and it's wool and it's woven, so I think it was really hard to get out. So that was something I wanted to do, was figure out a way to get the stain out, and I was able to do it, so I'm excited about that. Also, I know how I've mentioned before on this channel how I really hate this like attic access door in his room. It's just such an eyesore. My friend sent me this picture of what someone did. They essentially like painted it and the rest of the wall to disguise it. I might do that one day because this is a genius way to hide it. But for now, it's just how it is. But I thought this was a really great idea, and hopefully I will have the time or the ability to make this happen one day. Okay, so here you can see it. So I felt like I had done a really good job disinfecting it and getting it out, at least in the nighttime when I had done it, and then I had done it the next day as well. However, it was still like lightened and just didn't look perfect. So I did a lot of Googling. One thing said hydrogen peroxide, and it said that that would be really good for more disinfecting. I don't know. So we did that. We let it sit for a little bit, rubbed it in, and then I went in with a dish soap, vinegar, and water mixture and did that as well. Really scrubbed in. I did a couple coats off camera, and I made sure I had another towel underneath so that the ground, the like LVP or whatever it was not getting wet. So if you're someone cleaning a rug, make sure you protect underneath, protect your floors. But it actually worked perfectly. I'll show you guys in a little bit. Fully came out. So I was really pleased because, like I said, this rug was pretty much brand new and I really like it, and it's this woven texture and it's wool, so I was just like, oh man, this is not going to be easy, but it did come out, and so I'm happy about that. And then you'll notice here we have 2 different curtains. So he needs like blackout curtains. And I found the green curtains, and then I found the brown curtain, but there was only one panel for the brown one, and then the green ones, I don't know. So I basically had to mix match them because the curtains he had originally just weren't blackout enough. So these are what's up there for now because it works and it makes it blackout in his room. However, I do plan on switching those out pretty soon because it is a little bit of an eyesore. And it's funny because before I had kids, I remember like on Pinterest pinning all of these bedroom inspirations that were like neutral or like, I guess more of like a mature theme. I don't know. But then, you know, you have little kids and now we have Sonic on the wall and posters and Spider-Man, Spider-Verse. I've definitely come to the point where I'm like, you know what? This is his room. He can decorate it however he wants. So he has a really cool Spider-Man bedding that my mom got him, and then I got him that like navy blue bed. And yeah, he loves it. Hi guys, okay, so we have a good one today and we are going to be starting out in the bedroom. And as you can see, my bedroom is fairly clean. I obviously didn't make the bed today, but today we're doing some deep cleaning, like the stuff you don't see every day, the things you put off. I try to do this every few months or so, so I'm going to be like lifting up the bed, rotating the rug. It's going to be a super satisfying video. Now, the first thing I want to start with is actually switching out my curtains. And I do think these curtains are beautiful. I've had them up for a couple years now and they're good curtains. However, I don't love the color anymore. When I first moved into this house, I was very like white on white on white, white, bright, light, everything. And now I'm starting to realize this whole room is so stark. The curtains are the same color as the wall, is the same color as the headboard and the dresser. And I just never even noticed these curtains, so I'm hoping to warm them up with a little bit of a darker curtain. I want it to feel a little bit cozier and more moody and more relaxing in here. So I'm going to be taking down the old curtains first, and I'm not going to get rid of them. I think I'm going to move them to my dining room, which has blue walls, and I think they'll pop a little better in there. So my mom was nice enough to come over to help me lift up my bed because I didn't want to wait until my husband was home from work. I wanted to get this over with now, and so thankfully my mom came over because I could not lift up the mattress and the box spring without her. And you know what? It wasn't as bad under here as I was expecting. There was some toys for sure. My 3-year-old loves to shove toys in between, like right underneath the headboard. There was also my whisk and my spatula that I had been looking for. But there was a ton of dust, so I'm glad I decided to do this because there was just so much dust that needed to come up. And you might be wondering why I'm taking a duster to the floor. The layer of dust was so thick that I just felt like I needed something to grip it up before I went in and vacuumed. I felt like there had to be like a multi-step process here. Now, as far as this rug goes, I don't love it anymore as well. Once again, everything is so white, but I'm also not going to spend money on a new rug. It works just fine. But my only issue is there is a stain like right in the front of the rug, in front of the dresser, and you can't really see it in this lighting in this video. But my 3-year-old had a bellyache one day and had a potty accident, and I'll leave that up to your imagination. And I've spent so much time disinfecting the spot, cleaning it, scrubbing it, and it's fully clean now. However, there is still a little bit of discoloration that won't come up no matter what I do with it. So I decided I was going to go ahead and rotate the rug so that that spot was hidden under the bed. And I actually liked how this ended up turning out more than I thought I would. This rug is a little weird where when you're standing on one side of the rug and looking at it from one angle, it feels lighter and shinier, and then if you stand on the opposite side of the rug and look the other way, it's a little bit darker. So I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but in the beginning of the video it was a lot lighter looking, and now that I rotated it around, now when you're standing by the bedroom door, the rug looks darker, and I think that's perfect because, like I said, it was feeling a little too light and bright in here, so I actually really like how this turned out. Now this area has been driving me crazy forever, and I know it's under the bed and I couldn't even see it, so how is it driving me crazy? But there was a little edge that poked out by my nightstand, and it just always bothered me. And this is just the rug pad being slightly bigger than the rug. So I went and got some fabric scissors and cut it off, and it feels so much better just knowing that it's gone.
Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me, oh. Now it's clear we are here back at your house, and I keep fading into the background. I'm wide awake, now you keep missing out for sure. Take down your walls and let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side, I wanna be there, won't you be mine? Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick, now let me, ooh, in my bed 5 to 12, wish I could sleep. Dream about all the ways you could reach me, but now you keep missing out on me, that's for sure. Take down your walls and let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side, I wanna be there, won't you be mine? Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick, now let me, ooh, won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine?
Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a challenge because it is 3:11 and I have to have this closet decluttered by 4 because I have 2 kids and my in-laws are watching them for me because I needed to film a video, and because I've spent a little bit of time doing the intro and getting ready, I have 50 minutes to declutter this closet. So I'm not messing around. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, what if one day I lost 20 pounds and I was invited to? No, I'm gonna get a trash bag, and if I haven't worn it recently, donate. If it doesn't fit me, donate. If I don't like it, donate. If I never wear it, donate. We're not even gonna think about it. We're just gonna donate things because I'm gonna see how much I can get done. It is 3:12 now. I need to go get them at 4 o'clock. Let's get to decluttering. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff that's in this closet. This is a Selena Gomez shirt with a hole in it from a concert that I went to in 2011. So I was 18 or 19 years old. I went with my mom and my sister. Look at how worn down this shirt is, and I haven't worn it in at least 10 years. See, but then I'm like, oh, this is from 2011 and it's a concert I went to with my mom and my sister. I can't part with it. If it doesn't fit me, donate. If I don't like it, donate. If I never wear it, donate. Maybe I could sleep in this shirt. No, I need to get rid of it. I need to get rid of it. I don't need this shirt. Okay, let me go get the donate bag first. We're already off to not a great start because I went downstairs to get the trash bag so I could start decluttering. But I walked downstairs, ate a handful of chocolate chips, came back upstairs and was like, why did I go downstairs? And I have to go back down and get the trash bag. workout shirt. All the stuff on this end is the stuff I wear more often because it's like I wash it and hang it up, wash it and hang it up. This is the stuff that I've never worn, so this part will be a little easier. The first victim. This was cute, and I never wear it anymore. I don't like the fit of it, so whatever. I feel like I like the idea that I don't like how it looks on me. I wore this on my honeymoon, so I don't want to get rid of it, but I know I'll never ever wear it again. And I don't even know if it would, I mean, it would probably fit me still, maybe, but I would never wear it again. So it's like this really tight dress like this, and it goes like this off the sleeves. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. And like that. It was from Forever 21. Oh, I feel like I have to keep it because I wore it on my honeymoon. Oops. I would never wear this again, but this is the dress that I wore to get baptized in. Oh my gosh, this is not off to a good start. Whoops. Oh, I never wear, this is turning out so bad. I never wear this, but me and my husband got it on vacation in Hilton, had our first vacation in 2015 for my 23rd birthday. So I have to keep it. What is with me and black and white striped dresses? And I never wear them. Why? Where are these coming from? Goodbye. Does anyone know the reference? No wire hangers. We have a lot of them in the closet. I never use wire hangers, or never did. My husband brought wire hangers into the marriage. I don't know, my mom never had them growing up, and she would always say that whenever she saw one. But I would like to get rid of them. If I get rid of clothes, maybe I won't have to use the wire hangers because I'll have enough regular hangers. I think it's time to part with this shirt. She is on her last leg. I don't know why I kept it that long. I'm not a big fan of clothing with words on them anymore. I feel like that was really big in like 2018, 2019, but I don't love that style anymore, so I just knew I wouldn't wear that. Oh, okay, wait, this is a shirt. It's okay. I'll keep it. I thought that was another striped dress. Here is another striped dress, but this one is green and white. I don't think I'd wear this. I don't know why I was so into stripes for a little bit there. Wow, I've gotten rid of a lot so far. It doesn't feel like it up there, but down here it feels like a ton. Bag number 1, full. bag of donating clothes number 2. Now we don't have like a linen closet in our like main bathroom. So we usually just keep like all the toilet paper and stuff in here, but I want there to be like a little bit of a better system. So I'm trying to think if I have, I don't know, something I can set up where I can put all this. Let me go see. Okay, you know what? I actually think this can just act as the linen closet. So I'm just gonna put the toilet paper up there. We already have a spot in the bathroom that we put like all of our towels and stuff, but I think this will work well with toilet paper. Ooh. Okay, not the prettiest thing, but it's functional, it works. Okay, so what's been making me want to go through this closet is every time me and my husband are putting clothes away, we never have enough hangers. Like, we're always completely out of hangers and we can't hang everything up. So now, I haven't even gone through them all yet, but this is how many hangers we already have. So clearly I've gotten rid of a ton of stuff already, so that feels good. Okay, so I somewhat organized it. Eventually I'd like to take all the wire hangers out and only have the plastic ones, but I feel like that's too much work for today. So I have all of my short sleeve shirts. So basically to here is all the clothes that I wear daily because they're short sleeves. I wear them to work out or to sleep in. We do hang up all our sleep shirts too. So it might seem like I have a lot of clothes, but a lot of them are just like sleep shirts. I don't know, it works out better than folding it for me. So yeah, those are like all my shirts I'm currently wearing either to sleep in or to wear daily because they're short sleeved. And then over here I have long sleeves, sweaters, cardigans, jackets, whatever, just anything I'm not currently wearing because it's so hot out. I just put it a little further back in the closet. And then right here are just my dresses because I don't have a ton. And then my husband's section is down that way. So this little area, right when you walk in the closet, our closet's kind of weird. It has this area to hang things up, and then there's my clothes, a little bit of my clothes, and then my husband's goes all the way down that way. But right here, I just have my 2 robes, and then I was like, what even is this? And then I remembered it is like a T-Mobile scarf I got years ago that they put in like a goodie bag when I bought my phone, and I've never once worn it. So this is definitely something that can go. Okay, so I feel like that was pretty successful. I have 2 full bags jammed packed to donate, and then in here is trash. So all of this down here is trash. These boots I used to love, but they have seen better days. They are so cracked. So trash, donate. I feel like that is a good amount. I'm really glad that I actually ended up doing the closet and finally tackling it. So this is our entryway table, and it serves its purpose well. It has the mirror, so you know you can see yourself before walking out the door. And then I have this little tray that I thrifted I love it. It's like one of my favorites. I got it from Goodwill for like $1, and that's where we keep our keys and wallet. And you know, it looks really nice. However, let me show you what the drawers look like. So obviously, this is an area that we needed to declutter. It just got really bad. I think I decluttered it at the end of last year. And then over time, you know, when you're about to leave the house and you're putting sunscreen on a kid and then you're about to leave the house, I'd throw it in here. Or I actually use cornstarch as like dry shampoo if I need dry shampoo. I just feel like it's a little bit healthier. Deodorant, anything where we randomly needed it before running out of the house. A lint roller, we would just shove it in here and then close it and forget about it. So today is the day we are cleaning it out. And then down here is just a little bit of extra decor. And as you can see, I actually bought this off Facebook Marketplace years and years ago, and then I painted it myself like a light blue, and it was a light blue for years at our old house. And then when we moved here, I painted it this really pretty taupe color. So I really like it, but we need to get this thing decluttered. So time to go through these drawers. Now you might be wondering what all this ribbon is. So when I did my fall decorating video this past year, I'll see if I can find a clip, I did really pretty like ribbons on the railing. I tried to do a fall take of like a Christmas railing. So that's what this is for, and I wasn't really sure where to keep it in the off season. So I think I'm going to keep these all together in case I want to use them in this coming year's fall video. They're not going to stay in here. Same with these. These are also from the fall decorating video. I love these, but I have had this, I feel like, for 10 years, and it says 24 months, so I am going to part with it. I have no clue what these are. Okay, as much as I need tripods, and I love this tripod, this one's broken, and so if you put your camera on it, it just kind of flops everywhere, and I don't know why I keep saving it and not tossing it, even though I know it doesn't work. So I'm just gonna part with it. These, like, why is this in here? These are the stakes when we had, around Christmas time, we had like an inflatable Santa and reindeer in our yard. And these clipped onto the side of the inflatable. And then this went into the yard, so it stood up straight. And I have no idea how this would have ended up in here instead of the garage. Okay, so here's the thing. Like I said, this is the front entry table. So a lot of the stuff that I'm keeping is stuff that I genuinely use almost every day by the front door. So what I would have done in the past is went and put things in like a totally different spot that they made more sense, like a hall closet or the kitchen or something like that. And then I would have found myself going and searching for it every day. But I'm trying to be make things more functional for me. So for instance, I know that this little brush is the brush that I will brush my hair with before I leave out the door, brush the kids' hair with. It's not like the big brush that stays in the bathroom. So this is something that I think should stay by the front door. Same thing with the cornstarch. I don't know if anyone's heard about this, but I use this as my dry shampoo. I very rarely use it, but when I do use dry shampoo, this is what I use because I feel like it's a little healthier than dry shampoo. So I'm gonna keep this in here. And then same thing with the sunscreen. If I ever apply sunscreen to the boys, it's because we're about to walk out the door or we're about to go to the pool, which in that case, I would grab it out of the store anyways. So I'm gonna keep those there. Oh, and a lint roller. I feel like that makes sense to stay here. So we are in my kitchen and the rest of the kitchen is pretty clean. However, above the fridge has become a total catch-all, and I can't even see up here. So like I have the camera above my head right now. So it just, once things are up there, they just kind of stay up there. And I don't really know what's going on up there. So I'm gonna get a chair, come over here and set you guys up and really go through everything, because honestly, I don't think anything should be up here. Okay, I'm the type of person where I don't like anything on the fridge, so I'm gonna take all of this down. However, my 6-year-old a couple of years ago, when he was like 4 or 5, maybe 5, he stuck these stickers on the fridge thinking they were magnets. I don't think he realized what the difference was at that time between stickers and magnets. So those are stuck on there pretty good, so just ignore those. I'm gonna have to get some like Goopy Gone to get it off, but not a big deal. He knows not to do that anymore. Okay, but we're gonna move. I'm gonna get a chair and we're gonna work up here. Okay, I was kind of scared to come up here because I can't see up here. I didn't want there to be like any creepy crawlers or anything. Okay, this is for emergencies, so I'll find a good place for that. We have this that we have on hand for emergencies. See, we need a better emergency area. I'll find a good area for it. Like, I don't know why there would be papers on top of the fridge, because if someone puts a piece of mail on top of the fridge, it is never being seen from again. Oh my goodness, my drill bits. I was looking for this a while ago. Don't know how that ended up there. By the way, my husband is like 6'4", so he can easily see above things. So sometimes he like casually puts things up here, other really high places in the house, and then I think he thinks it's like a temporary spot, but no one else in the household can see it from then on out. So then it's like gone forever. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this down. I am gonna leave that up there because that looks like some sort of bug trap or something that my husband must have put up here. I feel like that's a good idea to have up here. And you can't see it from down below. I'm also going to keep the fly swatter up here because you can't see it from down below as well. Okay, another spot that was a lot easier. Well, I say it's easy because all I did was take everything off the fridge. Let's go down to the ground because I do still need to go through everything. Okay, so I just finished decluttering above the fridge. I know this isn't a cleaning video, it's a decluttering video, but the kitchen needs cleaned up because I just made dinner, so I figured, you know what, I might as well film it. Okay, they did request some mac and cheese too, so I'm just gonna get a pot of water boiling while I'm cleaning. Kids have Amazon Fire like kids tablets, and they come with that super like thick rubbery case. And the cool thing is when you buy them, if they break within 2 years, they send you a new one as a replacement because it's not supposed to break with that rubbery case. So this one happened to one of them. So all I did was reach out to Amazon and they just replaced it. So I need to send them the old one back. Welcome back to another decluttering video where we are going to be decluttering my whole house. I think this is video number 3 or 4. I'll have all the previous ones linked down below, but today we're actually going to start with the fall decor because I have all my fall decor bins out here on our little enclosed patio. And to be honest, I just didn't use a lot of my fall decor this year. Just random things that I feel like I keep keeping year after year and I never use it. For instance, this sunflower, I have a few sunflower things that I have had for maybe like 10, 12 years. I never use them. I don't really like sunflowers anymore, which, whoops. But anyways, I'm gonna go through here, give some stuff to my mom, donate some things, put other stuff in the trash if it's trash, and then we're gonna do multiple areas around my house. So yeah, if you guys are in the mood for decluttering, this is the video for you. Let's get into it. Okay, so it is time for the decluttering, but I did want to take a second to introduce myself if you are new. Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm a mom to 2 little boys, and I've been doing YouTube for about 7 years now. Now, I will say cleaning and decluttering is not something that comes naturally to me. I'm not a naturally organized person. I actually got diagnosed with ADHD last year at the ripe age of 31. I just never had any idea I had ADHD. It was never on my radar, but my doctor urged me to get tested for it because she thought I had it, and she was right. And I will say it helped a lot because I spent a lot of years kind of being upset with myself because I felt like I couldn't do what people did or stay on top of things like other people or stay organized like other people. And so it's been really helpful just to kind of understand how my brain works a little bit more. But all that to say, if you're someone that's here watching this because you want to declutter your house and you want to get organized, you are not alone. I am in the same boat as you. I promise you are in the right spot. I hope you enjoy this video and I really hope you leave feeling motivated. So this was great because I actually cleared out this whole clear bin. This was filled with fall stuff, and I decided this is gonna be my everyday decor bin. I've never had one of these and I don't know why I haven't. I think it's gonna be really useful because this decor is the decor that stays up year round for me, except for when it's fall and Christmas. So what I would do before is when I would bring out my fall decor stuff, I would just kind of throw the everyday decor into the fall bin, and then by the time Christmas was over and I was looking for my stuff that stays out year round, I would have no idea where it was. So this is gonna be the everyday decor that's just not currently being used because I'm using holiday decor, and I really think that's gonna help me. Now, this might not seem like a lot, but this green bin is huge. It doesn't seem as big because it's on the floor, but this was just filled with decor. So I actually ended up going through this and donating, giving stuff to my mom, or keeping. And you'll see the only stuff I'm keeping, I'm putting in this gray bin. So it wasn't a ton, and I was really happy with how much stuff I was able to just part with. In the past, I've kind of had the mindset of, what if I want it next year? What if it's back in style? What if it's blah, 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 blah? I just don't need to be hoarding this much decor. Like, I haven't used this pillow in a couple of years, and I just keep keeping it, and I don't really love it anymore. So I'm going to give it to my mom and see if she wants it, and then if not, I'll give it to my sister or something. Way better. Okay, so here's the update on the fall decor. Now, my fall decor for this year is still up in my home, the stuff I used. So it was pretty ridiculous that this was halfway full, this was completely full, and this was completely full. That's just way too much fall decor to have that I really wasn't using. So I got rid of all of this, and then about half of this. You might have seen a couple clips ago, I had it like all the way full and I was happy with that. But then I was like, you know what? Why am I keeping a whole bin of fall decor that I didn't even use this year? So I went through it again and gave everything that I picked out to my mom. And as you can see, there's not a lot left, but there are just some things that I just didn't use this year, but I do want to keep. So this is all I have right now for fall decor and the stuff that's up in my home. However, I think the stuff that's still up will just fill this bin and then do like a third of this bin. And then I also have this, which is my everyday decor. This is Bennett's dresser, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it right now. And I know there's clothes in here that no longer fit him, or there's clothes where I have, so Bennett's my 3-year-old, I also have a 7-year-old, so when my 7-year-old grows out of clothes, we give it to my 3-year-old, but he's not quite ready to wear the clothes yet. So there's just a lot of clothes in here that I know don't fit him. So I want to get this organized. See, look, this should not be in here. I want it to be a little bit easier for us to get him ready in the morning and make room for new fall and winter clothes. And something else that takes me forever every morning is finding matching socks. He has so many socks and underwear in here. So I want to see if I can go ahead and just pair a bunch of them up to make that easier for myself. And then like this is a cape, we don't need that down there. Just a bunch of different stuff. So we're gonna go through this dresser. I always listen to audiobooks when I clean, film, declutter, do anything. And you know what, I've been having the hardest time getting into any audiobooks recently. I feel like I keep starting them and I'll listen to like 45 minutes and then I can't get into it and I skip. So this one I actually just started. I'm only 12 minutes in and it's really good so far. It's called You'll Never Find Me by Allison Brennan. Ones are so little. I don't think these would fit him anymore. Oh. Also making sure to take any out that have holes in them. Okay, so the rest of these are either Williams or they don't fit anymore or they don't have a match. So I am gonna figure out where they go, find their match, or donate them. Okay, that is way better. I got rid of about half of the socks because they didn't fit. They were like baby sizes or the ones that had holes in them, and that just helped a lot. And let me say, it's been about a week since I filmed this. It has been so much better in the morning. Getting him ready for school, I just reach in and grab a pair of socks. Now, I hope you guys are enjoying today's video. I wanted to do a decluttering video to kind of break up all the decor videos because I haven't done a decluttering or cleaning video in a while because I've just been doing fall decorating. And you know, pretty soon I'm gonna get into all the Christmas decorating, and I want to make sure that I'm putting up decluttering and cleaning content for the people that are only here for that. I feel like I try to do a little bit of everything on my channel. I love decorating, vlogs, cleaning, decluttering. So if you haven't seen a style of video that you like in a while, feel free to leave a comment down below, because on my last video, someone commented and asked if I would post a decluttering video, and that is what inspired today's video. My kids never actually sleep in these kind of PJs. I feel like they're tight and uncomfortable, but we keep them for like spirit days at school, like pajama day. Okay, so here are the clothes we're gonna donate. Here are the clothes that are gonna go in the bin that are the in-between size. And then I need to figure out what to do with this. Okay, so this is what the dresser is looking like now. So much better. It also helped because I wasn't sure if I needed to buy my 3-year-old more clothes now that it's getting cold out, and this helped me realize that he has a lot of shorts but not a lot of sweatpants. So I ended up going to Target and getting him some new pairs. It's just so much better when it's organized. It looks so much better, and it's been so much easier to get him ready in the morning. Okay, so this is where we have a lot of toys, and there's a lot of random toys in here that the kids don't even play with that I just need to go through, or random pieces like this, for instance. I know this is to some marble game or something, so this one piece does nothing for us, so I want to go through this and organize it and honestly get rid of a lot of it. So I just have a big laundry basket, and I am just going to take everything down and put it in here, and that way we can kind of like reassemble pieces or put pieces together that belong with other pieces before we give it away to people. These are so cute and fun, but my kids have never been into these. They like regular Legos, like the big ones, and then they also like these like Duplo ones, but they've never loved these. So we're gonna get them out of my house. I really don't think I've ever seen them play with them. I've played with them. We also have a million of these tiny Lego pieces that come in those Lego kits that you have to follow the instructions for. And somewhere along the way, the piece breaks, and then we just have a million little pieces everywhere. Okay, so recently, anytime I declutter my kids' toys, there's certain things I know they love. Like my 3-year-old loves these magnet tiles, so we always keep those. We always keep these, I think they're called Duplo Legos. And I used to always keep any of these big Legos, but my youngest is 3 now, and I think these are just like a little too young for him, so we're gonna get rid of all these, and that is gonna clear up a lot of space, because there are these are everywhere in my house, I feel like. I don't know why we still have this. Neither of my kids were pacifier babies. They just never took one. So yeah, this was one of theirs like a really long time ago. Yay, that looks so much better. I have the rest of these bins elsewhere, so I'll have to find those. And then over here is the stuff we're going to give away so far, and now I'm going to go through all of this, and then there's a lot of stuff in there as well. So this room is really used as like a playroom, which is why there's so many toys everywhere. So I'm just going through because honestly, I would say 90% of the toys that are on the floor back here are not even toys that I want to keep. So I'm going through, I'm putting everything in this basket. This basket is broken. It has like a hole on the bottom, and then both of the handles are broken off, and I've just kept it for so long for no reason. So I'm putting all the donate stuff or the stuff I need to go through into this basket, and I'll tackle it later. And I'm glad I did that because my sister-in-law did say that they wanted the bigger Lego pieces as well as those ones that like kind of squish into each other that I showed you guys that I thought were cool. We're gonna give that to my niece, so that's perfect. So we got the dresser drawers organized, and then these are all the toys. Both the boys' toys are in here. My 7-year-old has some knickknacks in his room and stuff, but this is the majority of the toys. We have Jenga, we have train tracks, we have magnet tiles. This is just random little toys they like playing with. Bennett loves cars. This is something that my 7-year-old likes. Legos. We have a whole actual bin of these types of Legos. That's what they play with the most. And then over here are just some trucks and cars and stuff, it looks so much better. And here is everything I decluttered from this room. This laundry basket is filled to the brim. I already sent pictures of stuff to my sister-in-law to see if she wants it. We have clothes. This is full, so that was a success. Okay, so now we are in the kitchen, and this is a little desk area I have in my kitchen, and it is just a catch-all. It's funny because I have filmed so many other videos in my home in the kitchen area, like the fall decorating or all of that, where the kitchen looks spotless and really pretty, and then this is always behind the camera. Like right behind where the camera is set up was this mountain of things on this desk, because this is just where we keep all of our clutter. It has so much paper. Paper is the main issue. So if bills come in and we don't know what to do with it right away, or I don't know if we need it or if my husband needs it or whatever, it ends up on this desk. And then schoolwork from the kids. My son is in 2nd grade now, so he comes home with all of his schoolwork every day, just tons of different papers. And then we have like cords and art supplies and coloring things and all of that, and they just end up here, and it's hard to kind of keep it organized on the day-to-day. So I do need a better system. I would be interested in knowing what you guys do with your paper, like especially bills that come in, or you know, just that mail that you don't quite know if you need, or you know, you need to pay it later or whatever. Where do you store that? Because clearly the system I have going is not working for me. So this definitely took a while to go through. I have this very sped up. It was just a lot of thinking, like, do I need to keep this, do I not? We had things from 1st grade and 2nd grade and workbooks and all the things. So if you have a pile like this in your home, take a second and go through it. It has felt so refreshing just to have it all gone or have it organized, but it was staring at me for quite a while before I decided to tackle it. Let me tell you, this area was actually the biggest game changer. It's so weird because it's off away from the rest of the kitchen, but me and my husband the last few days have said that the kitchen feels bigger. The rest of our kitchen has been pretty much spotless. It's just been this one area. I have filmed like my decorating for fall video in here, and this area was cluttered and the rest of the kitchen looked like beautiful and decorated. And it just goes to show, if you are someone where you have areas around your house, or you just feel like, oh, my house doesn't look like the ones online, you really never know, because we all just show our highlight reel. And when I'm filming, I am showing what's in front of the camera, but you don't know what's going on behind the camera. So I just wanted to tackle this area, and it really did make a big difference. Okay, this is the hall closet by the front door, and I never go in here because it's just so cluttered. Okay, so this is what our front hall closet looked like. As you can see, it's very messy. There was just so much stuff on the floor. So it was time to clear it all out. I found with organizing, if I try to organize in the space, it just doesn't work. I have to clear everything out and have a fresh space, clean it up, and then add stuff back in. Now, while I was pulling stuff out of the closet, I did have a trash bag off camera, or I had 2 of them. So then while I'm pulling stuff out of the closet, I'm putting it into 3 piles, either keep, donate, or trash. I feel like that's a good method because then I essentially skipped a step where I used to take everything out of the space and then sort it. It's a lot easier to do it while you're pulling things out, and it makes it a little bit quicker of a process. Now, I had actually just found this really big basket at Goodwill the day before for a couple dollars, and I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with it, but I knew I loved the size. So I decided that I was gonna keep this in here, and this would be the shoes that we needed to keep downstairs. And I feel like that really made it so that I wasn't keeping too many shoes in this spot. If they didn't fit in this basket, they went upstairs in the closet, because truthfully, me and my kids and my husband only have 1 or 2 pairs of shoes that we wear on the regular. Okay, so I feel like I just had a really good idea because I wanted a place to keep lint rollers or other things. Not really keys, we have an entryway table. And then I was going through, because I have an area of like home decor that I'm not currently using, that I like maybe thrifted a while ago or haven't used in a while. So I thrifted this maybe last year, never used it, couldn't find a purpose for it. So I think I'm gonna take a push pin and hang it up right here. And then I can put like our lint rollers and stuff so that they're really easy to grab if you need them before you go out the front door. Now this area ended up being one of my favorites. I love how it turned out. I'm telling you guys, if you ever need baskets, you need to go to Goodwill or Salvation Army. There's always so many for just $1 or so, and you can use them for so many different things if you just use your imagination. Now I ended up using this for my lint rollers, and I loved it because it gave it a home rather than it just being wherever. I feel like every day I'm like, where's the lint rollers? Where's the lint rollers? And now they actually have a home. And something else I added, which I saw online that I think is a great tip, is if you have kids that are constantly coming downstairs, it's almost time for school and they don't have socks on, is to keep some socks downstairs by the shoes. So I ended up throwing some in this basket, but you could use a whole other basket just for socks and have it in your hall closet or downstairs by the shoes, and I feel like that would make mornings a little less stressful. A problem that I've been wanting to find a solution for is we don't have a home anywhere in the house for my son's backpack or my purses, so they just end up wherever, whether it's on the staircase, the floor, my purses will be on the dining room table, the kitchen table. They don't have a home. So I want to say like 6 months ago, I got really motivated to declutter like this, and I actually hung up command hooks on the inside of this door because I thought it would be a great place to hang purses and bags and backpacks, because when you close it, it doesn't completely even touch the clothes. There's a little bit of room in there. So I hung up command hooks and they lasted like 20 minutes and then they fell down. So I've been brainstorming like, how could I hang up purses in here? Could I hang them on hangers? I don't know why I forgot this existed, but it's just a metal over the door hook rack made exactly for this reason. I don't know why, it just like did not pop in my head the past 6 months or so. I had kind of given up on hanging things in here. So I think this is gonna be perfect. It's just gonna hang right up here. Now I'm hoping the door will close fine with it. Perfect. Okay, so that's gonna be, I think, the biggest game changer and the most helpful, because this closet was really messy and cluttered, but it didn't really stress me out because I literally never went in here. Something that does bother me every day is my purse and the backpack being like all over the house. Yeah, I think that's gonna work great. Okay, let me get my purse. I can't even find my purse right now because it's always in the most random spots. So I have to go search for my purse real quick. Okay, perfect. I think this is gonna make the biggest difference. Seriously, I can never find my purse every day. We'll be running late. I'm always running late for everything. And I'm very scatterbrained, so I'm always running around like, where's? It's gonna be right here. Yay, okay, this is done. So this is the after of the hall closet. I feel like it looks so much better. Everything has a home. So many things on the floor in there were trash, and I just feel like now I can actually open this door and not feel overwhelmed. Okay, so we are gonna be out in my son's room. This is the area that kind of sparked everything, that made me feel like, okay, I need to go through and I need to get serious about decluttering. Now, I will say it does look really messy in the before clips. That mess isn't from him. I actually didn't decide to start filming this video until I had already pulled everything out, and that's when I was like, you know what? I need to declutter the whole house and I'm gonna film it. So the mess wasn't from him, but this is the amount of toys that he has. So it's just a lot. It's very hard to manage. I've tried toy rotation, and honestly, there's just too many toys in the actual house. And I feel like no matter where I put them or hide them away, the kids end up getting into them, and then they end up on the floor or in the room, and organization just goes out the window. So I really wanted to sit down and actually get rid of a lot of toys. We have so many little pieces, toys that they haven't played with in years, toys that are from like McDonald's, or that have pieces that don't even have like a set anymore, or things like that. So I got 2 bags, one for trash and one for donate, and I really went through and only kept things I knew they played with. I've had a really hard time in the past getting rid of stuff, even though I knew they didn't play with it, because to me, it's like a guilt thing, like, oh, I spent money on this at one point, or oh, someone else bought this for them, or whatever. It's hard to get rid of things because you don't want to waste other people's money, but it's still a waste if it's just sitting in a hidden corner or under a bed in your house. So I really tried to focus on actually getting rid of a large majority of the toys in our house. Now, an area that just wasn't working for me for the longest time was this little toy storage area. I had bought this years and years ago, and I love the idea and it looks great, but once again, it can hold too many toys. It then made it so anytime I was cleaning up, it felt okay for there to be that many toys in the space, because I don't know, there's like 16, 17 baskets there. So I would just put all the toys in there. I really wanted to get something that didn't hold as much stuff and kept it a little better organized. So I did a lot of research. I looked at a lot of blogs and Pinterest posts and YouTube videos and tried to figure out what was a toy storage thing that would work best for my family. And I realized that it would be this cube storage. Now, they have a ton of different ones and you can get them at any store. I ended up getting the one with only 6 cubes because, once again, I don't want to be able to keep too much stuff.
Just close your eyes and calmly try to breathe. Oh, it's just you and me.
Now, I did try to hack the system a little bit because the actual cubes that you can buy for this storage system are so expensive. They're like $25, $20. So I thought I was being smart by going to HomeGoods and finding them there, because I found these bins for $5.99 and $7.99, and I even measured them and they were the exact 13 inches that they were supposed to be, but I didn't take into account how they weren't 13 inches tall. So I was a little disappointed when I put them in the cube storage because they were a lot smaller than I was expecting. So you'll notice I did end up keeping the tags on them because I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep it. I don't know, I wasn't loving the look. But the longer they've been up there, and since recording this, I've realized that it actually, I think, helped me out in the long run, because I'm the type of person where if there's a bigger basket, we're gonna fill it more to the brim with more toys, or it just hides the toys a lot better, like out of sight, out of mind. So this ended up actually being a blessing in disguise, because I had to go through and kind of do a second round of decluttering to get rid of more things so that the items would fit into these smaller baskets, and it really helped me to declutter and have a smaller amount in the long run. So I ended up keeping them. I really like them, but I did end up making a mistake, and that's why they are so much smaller than the actual cubes. Now, something I do plan on doing in this room is making labels. So something I ended up liking about how small these storage containers are is you can actually see what is in each bin. If I had gotten the 13-inch bins, they actually fill up the whole square, so you can't see what's inside without pulling it out. So I did end up liking that you can see what's supposed to go where, because I think that'll help my sons with cleaning up later on. But this is my 4-year-old son's room, so what I plan on doing is making labels with pictures so that it's really easy and simple for him to know where everything goes. So maybe a picture of a car on the car basket, and then a picture of Paw Patrol on the Paw Patrol basket, and things like that, because I really think part of the issue is I will declutter all I want and organize and put things in baskets, but no one else in my family knows what I intended those baskets for, so I really need to get better about doing labels. Now I did want to do a little bit of a toy rotation, but not a lot, because like I said, I do not want to keep toys that we do not need. I have done that for the first 7 years of parenthood, and it's just not working. But there were some things that I know he would like to play with, but I don't think he plays with enough currently that need to be in his room. So one of those things was his trains, and another one was his, oh, I can't think of what it is, the logs, the building logs. So I didn't want to get rid of those, but what I did is I kept them in those white containers that they were in the previous toy storage, and I put them up on a higher shelf in his closet. I mean, it's not high for me, but it's higher than he can see. And that way, it's still there, it's organized, and if he starts to get bored with one of his toys that's out on his shelf, I'll just go ahead and switch them out. Okay, so obviously not the size I was going for. However, now that it's been sitting here longer, I actually think it might work, because I think the deeper bins would cause us to do what we've been doing, which is just continue to throw toys and things into the bins, and they don't go together, and then, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So this might actually work for the time being, because then also too, we can keep less stuff in here at a time. So he plays with magnet tiles every day. So those magnet tiles are in there. I kept a few characters. He plays with those like together and makes them houses. So I put those in here. Down here is a bigger one, because Legos, they have a lot of them, but they do play with them. And then down here, I just used it to put a few of his favorite things that he puts the characters into. And then we have a few vehicles, and then just a couple of little stuffed animals. Okay, so we are in the bathroom. This is the counter. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's pretty messy. And my makeup, I've been keeping my makeup in here recently, and everything is so dirty because something spilled. And I don't know, I just need a better system. So I was, like I said, I've done a lot of research on the best organization systems and what I think I could actually stick to. And what I've learned about myself is when I get those clear organizers that have like divisions, like you put all your brushes here, you put your powders here or whatever, I will not end up doing that. If it has those extra steps, I just won't end up putting anything back where it's supposed to be. So I think what's gonna work best for me is a big clear container, so that it's just not on the counter. When I'm done doing my makeup, and I'm always in a hurry because I'm always like, I don't know, I'm just always hurried. As a person, I definitely am just a more frazzled human being. If you have watched my videos for a while, you probably know that. So I'm not the kind of person who's gonna organize things every single day. I need something I can dump everything in and go. This is not working though. I need it to be clear. I'm gonna go through here, clean everything off, and we're gonna get this decluttered and organized. So I have good intentions with this tray. I was gonna have like all my everyday items on it, but it's just, the issue is the first time I organized and I put this out, I think it was for a decorating video, and I wanted it to look really nice because I was decorating. And so I had like all of my ointments, all of my perfumes, everything out on here, because it looked really good, but I can't. I'm literally only gonna put the things that I use every single day that's easy to reach for, and if it's not filled up, that is fine. It just needs to be more functional. Okay, let's actually clean before we do the other steps. I'm just gonna undo what I just did. Whoops.
Leaving all my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure
I found this bin at Target for $5. It came with a lid, so I think it's perfect because it's just one big open container. I can throw my makeup in and then put the lid on or not put the lid on or whatever. So the first order of business is going to be going through my makeup and figuring out what makeup I actually use and I want to keep, and then taking some baby wipes and wiping everything off because, like I said, something spilled in here and it's messy.
wasn't true. Holding on too long and unresolved questions hold you down.
Let's see, it'll be nice to not have to dig through all these products I don't use that are covered in just mess and only have the products that I actually use every day.
Could have been a friendly smile has turned into a frown. I'm moving on and on.
Okay, yeah, that's everything. Okay, see, it's not very full, but this is what I wear every day. This is how I would do like a full face of makeup. And I'm not gonna fill it because the old me, the me that I was yesterday, would keep adding stuff because I'd be like, okay, it's so empty, like maybe I should add random makeup that I don't use a lot, or maybe I should put blah, blah, blah in here, blah, blah. No, I'm gonna stay organized. This is only gonna be the makeup. So that way, every day when I do my makeup, I just pull it out, use everything, throw it in, cover it up, and then I can keep it up here. I can take it downstairs. Sometimes I do my makeup downstairs. I think this is gonna be good. Okay, next. There's a lot of stuff on here that are products that I'm like all out of. There's nothing left in, so I'm gonna go through that.
I'm moving on and on.
Okay, I don't use most of this at all, so I actually put this here. I think it would be easier for me to add the stuff I'm going to keep than to take away everything that I wasn't going to. So, I use these. Is that it? Okay, that was easy. I have my face wash, deodorant, mouthwash. Oh, I have this face wash, my hair thing I use every day. I'm not adding things that I don't use every day. And I think that's it. Wow, okay, cool. Toothpaste. I might get like a little tray to put, because I only have one pair of earrings, which I'll just take them off now because I'm about to go to the gym. I have one pair of earrings, I have 2 bracelets and like 2 necklaces. That's all the jewelry I own. So I can just get a little tray, but I do wear them every day. So I'll put those on here as well. And then some of you guys might be like, no, put this in a drawer. However, I'm gonna put it here because I really just think that'll be the best system for me. I think it's gonna work the best. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to do things that we can stick to instead of doing things because it's pretty. However, I am gonna add like a plant or something to make it pretty.
In my car, the road is long and full of dust. The landscape changes around me. On and on, I feel immersed.
Okay, I'm actually going to move this over here so it's on my side of the sink and not, you can't see it when you're looking into the bathroom. It won't be as if away, but it'll still be out where I can use it. Okay, so we are gonna start out with decluttering and organizing my bathroom drawers. Now, in my last video, I showed myself decluttering and organizing the bathroom counters, and I'm so used to just having so much stuff on the bathroom counters, all of my skincare, all of my makeup products, just everything all about and all of it chaotic. So in the last video, I really tried to figure out an organization system that would work for me, that I could stick to, where I would have all of the products that I use daily, and I would be able to put them back in their spot every day and keep everything clean. So we did that in the last video, but today we're gonna tackle all of these bathroom drawers. So originally I was gonna try and start organizing this top drawer and figure out where everything went, but then I was like, you know what, I need to actually take everything out of all of the drawers, figure out what I have, figure out what's the most important and what needs to go where. So rather than doing it drawer by drawer, I decided to clear everything out first. So I was listening to the book The Neighbor by Lisa Gardner. I will say I was very into it in the beginning, and I'm about halfway through it now, and I've kind of stopped listening. I don't know, it started to bore me a little bit, but if you've listened to it or read it before, let me know if it gets any better. And then as far as a TV show I've been watching recently, I let you guys know in my past videos that I had watched The Rookie, and I loved it on Hulu, like my all-time favorite show now. And then I also loved the show High Potential, and currently I've been watching the show Younger on Netflix. So as always, if you guys have any TV show recommendations or book recommendations, please leave them down below so that I can see them and that we all can see them and get recommendations. So these side drawers were definitely a little more junky than the top drawer, and I had gone through them last year in one of my decluttering videos, but I didn't get rid of enough. I feel like I've always been one where if I have samples of things or old perfumes or little makeup products, I'm like, what if one day I need this? What if one day there's some Halloween look and I need this color? Or I don't know, I don't want to have to re-spend the money on things, but it's gotten to the point where the clutter is overwhelming me and it's making my day-to-day life more stressful. And I'm like, if I'm using something once every 3 years, it's not worth it. So I'm just getting rid of it. Now, doing these bathroom drawers was so much easier because of the decluttering I did in the last video, where I really decided, like, what are the things I use every day? And for me, I decided that the things I use every day have to be on the counter, because I'm just not someone that puts things away as much as I want to be. So if it's on the counter, I will use it and I'll put it back on the counter in the spot it's supposed to go. But if it's in a drawer, I will take it out and not put it back in. And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but I've just learned that's how my brain works. So I wanted to work with my brain rather than against it so that I can actually keep up with things. So in that video, I had put things like my deodorant, my hair products that I use every day, my face wash, stuff like that right there in the center on the little stand. And then also my makeup I had in a clear container on the counter that I could reach into and pull things out and make it really easy. And because of that, when I was organizing these drawers, there weren't as many things to put in here. So I had a spot for my cotton rounds. I also had a spot for contacts and contact solution, and then some face products that I want to keep because I use them occasionally, but I don't use them every day, so they don't have to be on the counter. And then hair ties, extra toothbrushes, stuff like that. So happy with how this bathroom turned out. I feel like it is so nice. So I actually filmed this bathroom cleaning about a week ago, and since then we have kept everything in order. This organization system is working out really well for us. Now we are about to move into the kitchen, so keep that in mind. When I filmed this clip in the bathroom, we did not have the flu, but moving into the kitchen was one of the days we had the flu, so things were looking a little bit messy. So like I said, this is the before of the kitchen. It wasn't too bad. It just, you know, no one was doing the dishes or cleaning as we went because we just all did not feel good at all. And then I also had gotten a Walmart pickup order for some essentials like new toothbrushes for the kids, distilled waters for the water humidifier. I got myself some ginger tea. We have some cough medicine, just all of that stuff. But I really wanted to go in and at least do one round of dishes and sanitize the kitchen and clean this rug, because 1 minute before I started recording this video, I walked around the house and picked up any dishes that needed to be put in the dishwasher, and one of them was a smoothie. And I walked in here and I went to put it in the sink, and I don't know if I just wasn't focusing or if I didn't feel good enough, but I threw it on the ground instead of in the sink. So that is what happened, and we need to clean that up as well. Now, usually I'm not somebody who loves to use things like Clorox wipes or Lysol or things like that. I have a lot of anxiety, so I like to stick to things that I think might be better for me. But sometimes when you're sick, you just need to pull out the big dog. So I had ordered some of these Clorox wipes, and I just went around and wiped off everything. I went through the whole house, wiped off doorknobs and handles and the staircase and anything I could possibly think of, because I want to get this flu out of my house. My youngest son, the 4-year-old, actually missed the whole week of school, so Monday through Friday. My 7-year-old missed Wednesday through Friday. I'm very thankful that I only got sick for about 2 days. I feel like you can kind of still hear it in my voice, but physically I really feel almost 100% better. And then my husband also got a really shortened version, but I heard that it's really bad this year. When we took my son to the doctor on Monday and he tested positive for influenza A, she said that it was like a really rough strain, a really rough strain. So let me know if you guys are sick down below. I've been seeing everybody talk about having the flu right now. So then I just went through and swept up the floors. Now you might notice some of the dishes are still in the sink. I just was not feeling well enough to finish it, but I was like, you know what? This is as good as it's gonna get. It looked a lot better than it started. So I did a full load of emptying and reloading the dishwasher, and then there were a couple things on the stove and a couple things in the sink, but that was okay. My husband went ahead and took care of that in the morning. Welcome to the upstairs hall closet. We have never ever used this closet. I don't know when the stuff that's in here got in here. I'm guessing when we moved in, I just put random things in here. No one uses this, and that's an issue because we have a ton of extra linens, and right now they're all on the floor of the guest room, so we need a spot for them. And like our extra toilet paper is in my closet. Everything is dispersed that could go in here. So we're gonna clean this out. So. Okay, so this is another one of the areas that I did before we got sick, where I wanted to go through and declutter and organize. Now I know I already talked about this, but if you did miss that last decluttering video, I kind of explained why I'm doing this. I have just been feeling really overwhelmed recently with everything, and it just kind of feels like how do people have enough time in the day to do all the things they have to do? And I think one of the things that was causing it is just a lot of areas around my house being so cluttered and mainly not having a home. So I've done a lot of decluttering videos on my channel before, but I think my issue was I've never gone as far as to really find an organization system that worked good for me. Sometimes I would organize, but I would do it based off of aesthetically pleasing things, what was popular like online on Pinterest, like for pantries, just making it look really beautiful. I love decor, I love design, so that's something that always like attracts me. However, a lot of the systems I've put into place in the past just weren't systems that worked for me and my family and my brain, and I have ADHD and my oldest son has ADHD, and you know, that's just not something that comes naturally to us. So I did a lot of research recently on how to actually organize and declutter for someone that has ADHD in ways that I can organize things so that they're actually functional for me. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm going through and just trying to find a better system and making sure that things in my home actually have a place so that everyone knows where everything goes, and cleaning up just becomes a lot easier and we all get on the same page. So there's gonna be a lot of decluttering in future videos. I'm still obviously gonna do my favorites, which are decorating and thrifting. I have a living room makeover, which is filmed and almost edited. It has taken me forever. Coming up, I also have a thrift with me and styling video, but then a ton of cleaning and decluttering as well. So I'm just going through and trial and error, trying to figure out what organization systems work best for me. So the first thing I did for organizing this hall closet was taking everything out. Absolutely everything had to be pulled out. And the things that were on the floor, I wanted to make sure that they went through the washing machine. I didn't want to just put them back in and assume they were clean, because if they're on the floor, they're dirty to me. And then I went around my house and just found a bunch of different baskets that I have. I have baskets that still have tags on them from years ago. I have baskets that I thrifted. I have ones from Goodwill, just tons of different baskets. I have to say, if you're not someone that regularly shops at Goodwill, but you're in the organizing mood, go to Goodwill to look for baskets. They always have so many to choose from, especially like the rattan and wicker ones, and they're always like $1 or $1.50. Now, one of the things that I read was so important was to make sure that you label everything. And I think that's something that I haven't done in the past, and that has been part of the issue. For instance, I'm labeling that I'm putting pillowcases in this spot, and normally I wouldn't have put a label. So then as I use the pillowcases or switch them out, and then as my husband does the laundry and puts pillowcases away, he might start putting them in a different spot because he doesn't know where they go. So I really wanted to be intentional about labeling things so that everyone in the family knows where they go and they end up in the same spot over and over again. Now, I will say these labels I bought from the Target dollar spot, and they are not good. They are like so stiff, the plastic, that when I tried to put them on any of these baskets, the back would pop off and break. So you'll notice I started with some labels and then they're slowly gone, and that's because they just broke throughout the video. So one of the areas that I was proud of myself for making was this little tiny basket at the top where I wrote sentimental items. I have items in here that were in this hall closet, like hair from my first son's first haircut. I have like a hospital bracelet from giving birth to one of my sons. I have a random magnet of me and my parents when I was like 5 years old. I have a picture of one of my best friends from when I was little, and before it was just kind of thrown in the hall closet wherever. And there's also items like that that are downstairs in random drawers or in the office or whatever, because I've never had an actual home for random little trinkets like that. So I figured, okay, let me dedicate a space for it. Let me make a home for it. So this is where the sentimental items will be. And I really like that, because now as I declutter around the house and I find little weird items like that, rather than before where I would just kind of put them back where they were, I know that they can go in this one spot. I have to say, this medicine first aid thing has been great while we have been sick. So I did this like a week or two ago before we got the flu, and the items that I put in here were not all of our medicine and vitamins, but mostly like nighttime medicines and medicines for the kids, things that I usually need at night. And it has been great because we got the flu right after this, and these kids had such high fevers. I've never had in my parenting experience where I actually had to back and forth alternate like ibuprofen and Tylenol because the fevers were so high, but we were having to do that this time, and so it was really nice to have everything in one spot. So the different baskets that ended up working for me was I had one for medicines that we use at night. I had one for spare light bulbs. I had one for the random sentimental items. And then I also had hand towels as well as pillowcases. And I'm trying to figure out my system for linens. We have a lot. I don't know if I want to store them in the hall closet or if I want to do it per room where everyone has their own set in their own room. So that's something that's a work in progress. Okay, so this is what I came up with for the after, but like I said, it was filmed a couple weeks ago, so we're actually gonna do a check-in and let me show you how I felt about it and some things that I'm gonna change. Okay, so it has been about a week, maybe a week and a half since I did this whole hall closet, and I wanted to show you guys because this is something I want to stick to. I don't want to just organize for the video, so I wanted to make sure that it was something that was actually functional for me and my family. So I wanted to kind of check in and show you what was working for us and what wasn't working. So get a little closer. Okay, so we have all had the flu. I think you would hear my son coughing in the background. I'm doing like 100% now. Everyone else is still a little bit on the up and up, but we've been using this a ton, the medicine a ton, and it works. However, one, I don't think this basket was big enough, and two, I didn't like that I was using this wicker basket, because when you're coming in here at like 2 a.m. because the kid's crying and you need medicine, you really want to be able to see what's in there. So I'm actually going to switch this out for a clear basket. And I like that this one has handles and I can kind of like pull it out and take it to, you know, whatever room I need to. Go collect all of the millions of Tylenols and ibuprofens, children's ones that are around the house, because none of them are in here right now because we have been using them so much. So I'm gonna go grab those. Now, I'm not sure why, but my husband has been putting the clean pillowcases up there rather than the spot that I designated for pillowcases. I do think if I had like a better, what is this? Label, that would help. But, you know, it's been a crazy week. We've all been sick, so I'm just going to tidy these up a little bit and maybe tell him in person that this is where I want the pillowcases to go, because he's actually usually the cleaner one of us. He's the one that's a little more organized and tidy, but I think we just need to get on the same page about where things go. It's been a lot of sheets and pillowcase washing this week. Okay, so we have that. Now, this has worked good for hand towels, medicine. Oh, this was for the pillowcases. But overall, this system has worked really good. So we have light bulbs. This is the sentimental items. This is what I'm talking about. Just the most random things that I don't want to get rid of, but they have a home now. We have medicines. We have hand towels, extra pillowcases, toilet paper, and then down here has just been linens. I put the linens down farther. Now those just haven't been washed yet, so I just kept them on the floor. But I put the linens farther down so that the kids would be able to reach them, where the kids don't need to reach like medicine or light bulbs. But yeah, this is what the after of the hall closet is looking like. And there is more linens that go in here, but like I said, we are washing a lot of stuff right now, but that is it. Hello, welcome back to my closet. So I thought I had recently decluttered my closet. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but I went back and looked. It was 11 months ago. So it's time. Also, over the last like year and a half, actually like 2 years, it's taken a long time, I've lost 30 pounds. So because of that, there's just a lot of clothes in here that I don't wear anymore. And also I've started adding in new clothes that fit me a little better. And I feel like any day when I'm looking for a shirt, I'm going past like 20 shirts I never wear to find one shirt. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, there is a lot of fall and winter clothes. For somebody that lives in the South, I sure own a lot of fall and winter clothes. And I remember last time we did the decluttering video, I was like, I haven't worn this in a year, but I'm sure I'll wear it in the winter. And yet, well, I didn't wear like any of that stuff. So we're gonna go through it. I've got a trash bag. I have had people tell me in past decluttering videos that before you donate things, you should fold them. However, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be shoving everything in a trash bag because I'm going to have my mom and sister look through everything first before I give anything away. So that's what we're going to be doing. So anything I put over there is going to be fall and winter stuff. Anything I'm keeping will stay up, and anything I'm giving away is going to go on the ground. I always have to do like 2 things at once. I have to be watching a show while doing this or listening to a book. I had someone ask that on a recent video, why I always have headphones on when I'm doing. I'm usually listening to a book, but I actually think I'm going to watch that Dallas Cowboys cheerleader show on Netflix. I love that show. I have watched it for years. It used to be on CMT and it was my favorite. I actually think I preferred the CMT version to the Netflix one, but it's still so good. So I'm like, where can I prop this up to watch my show? I feel like this is something that's a little unusual that I've seen, and I actually never did this until I met my husband, but we actually hang up all of our sleep shirts too. I don't really know why we do that. Before we met him, I always just had a drawer with sleep clothes, but he always just hung up all of his shirts, like regardless of what they were. And so that's, I guess, I don't know, that's what I started doing. And now it makes the most sense to me because we have more space in the dressers and everything's hung. I don't know actually why I do that. We've been together 10 years now, and that's just how it has come to be. So if you think I have a ton of clothes, a lot of them are actually sleep shirts. And then plus, I'm trying to get better. I am not a huge fashion girly. And so like a lot of these clothes I've had for like 10 plus years. Recently though, I've noticed since I have lost weight, I've been like a little more excited about it and dressing a little cuter. I just hate spending a lot of money, so I have been getting a lot of things from like Amazon, and then you can return it if it doesn't fit. And so this is one of my favorites for like my Christmas decorating videos. I got it off Etsy. See, now I feel like I'm starting to take a lot of things off. In the beginning, I was like, oh wait, maybe this is not going to be that great of a video. I haven't taken anything off yet. But I do think the stuff in the front I had just been washing and rehanging up, whereas we're getting farther down, it's stuff I never wear. But see, PJs. I don't know, guys. Can't change it now. It's been 10 years. That would totally throw off my husband, I feel like. These hangers drive me nuts too. Another thing my husband brought into the relationship, I actually mentioned this in my last decluttering video. If you guys know that movie that the mom's like, no wire hangers. That's how I feel. So we're gonna get rid of that because we have enough of these plastic hangers with how many clothes I'm getting rid of. Definitely don't need a maternity shirt anymore. That is for sure. One of my first ever videos on my YouTube channel, I remember, you can go back, go to my channel and hit like oldest. It was in 2016 and I think I did a clothing haul, and in the thumbnail I'm holding this up because this is one of the ones I got, but I actually really love this. Now, my problem with some of these sweaters that I like, but I don't know if I want to keep, is they're very, very thick. And I feel like I never quite wear them in the winter because they're a little too thick and too scratchy. It's not like really snowing here or anything. And I haven't worn this like the last 2 or 3 winters. So as much as I love it and I do think it's really cute, and there's one more I need to do that too. I actually already saw it. This one. Oof, see, it's just so staticky, and I don't know, something about the texture kind of throws me off. So we're gonna part with those. But maybe one of my sisters will like it. Okay, so I think as far as everything that's hanging up, I've weeded out the stuff I want to get rid of. Now I want to organize it a little better so that the stuff in the front is clothes that are in season, and then maybe stuff back here can be coats and sweaters, but there's also a ton of stuff on the floor that we need to get rid of or go through. Okay, so here are some of the leftover hangers, and then here are the clothes. There is a huge pile all the way out here to the bathroom. So I'm gonna start putting these in a trash bag. Okay, this is just the closet. Yay, okay, that's a lot. Okay, so this is what the playroom looks like. It looks really bad. However, the front half of the playroom was clean. This back half I had kind of been shoving toys into for the last week because my last video that I posted was a huge bedroom makeover for my youngest son. And so in the process of that, I had been kind of moving all the toys in here that I didn't know what to do with. And I was like, I will come back to this at a later date. So today is that day. We're gonna be going through, donating a ton of stuff, getting rid of a ton of stuff, going through the bookcase. So let's get started in here. Okay, so I brought 2 trash bags up, and one is going to be a donate or ask other people in our life if they want it, and then another one is trash. So any toys or anything that the kids don't play with currently is going in here, and then like I just put my old planner or like paper or tiny little pieces that I have no idea where they go to, those will go in the trash. I feel like I do one of these decluttering the kids' toys videos like every couple months, and there's always so many more toys to do, and it's because I think every time I do it, I get a little more strict with like, okay, we don't need this. I'm having a hard time, like, I have ADHD. I'm actually listening to an ADHD podcast right now to try and help me. It's like, I don't know. It's trying to explain how to organize better, but I feel like when I do things like this, I truly don't even know where to start. Like, where do I put these huge toys that take up so much space? And then I have this stuff, which is great. It's like things he made in preschool that we have a file cabinet downstairs, so those can go down there, but I don't want to walk down right now and then come back up. So I'm like, where do I put them in the meantime? And then I have stuffed animals that I don't know if I want to get rid of. And then this like baby monitor, what if I need this? I don't know. I feel like I'm having a hard time. I don't know with this process right now. Like, I need to figure out what things are going to hold what. Okay. I think I figured it out. So this is a Christmas little bin. So this needs to go downstairs anyways, the Christmas stuff. So anything that also needs to go downstairs, I think I'm going to put in here. Like these things go in the office. And then I can maybe have that. The big stuff, I haven't quite figured out where that's going to go. The stuffed animals, I'm going to throw in a pile over there. And then I can stuff those in this like bean bag stuffed animal storage thing that we have. Okay, books. I feel like actually talking it out loud is helping a little bit. Books will obviously go over here, the bookshelf. We have so many books. We were just nice enough to have like my mom who bought us so many books, or her neighbor had 2 kids that are slightly older than my kids, and they have so many books or so many clothes, and whenever they're done with them, she would buy them from them. But a lot of these books we don't even read or we don't love, so I kind of want to go through those too. Okay, let's continue. I just felt like couldn't really figure out what I was doing, but I think I got a better hang of it now. Okay, so I think I'm going to go through and take out books that I know like my kids don't like or we're not going to read, because we just have so many, and then I'm just going to donate them to Bennett's school. Okay, so my friend is pregnant, and I'm going to give her a lot of these books that we don't need anymore, we don't read a lot or whatever, to kind of start her daughter's library. This is her first baby. So I'm thinking maybe I can put the books in here, and then she can also keep the basket. So we're going to see if that works. I'll show you guys some of the books. Okay, so this ended up fitting perfectly. All of the books are perfectly in here. It is heavy, and I think it's really cute. So I'm gonna give this to her. Now I have a lot of books that aren't in like the best condition, just from, you know, being in a house with 2 boys for like a million years. And some things are broken, and I don't want to throw away books, so I don't really know what to do with them. Like, I don't really know. So for the time being, I'm gonna put them in here. Maybe I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace and say like free books that that are like kind of damaged, or I don't know. We'll figure it out, but for now I need to get them out of the way because sometimes I like to sit and think about what I'm gonna do rather than just doing it, and then it takes up more time. So we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna keep going. Okay, so I tried to make that side look somewhat nice. There's really no rhyme or reason, and I'll tell you what, if you have a bookcase for your kids or you're planning on having one, I always set it up really nicely, and it never stays like this. I feel like the kids, especially younger ones like toddlers, can't really put the books back the same way that you can, but it looks good enough for me. And then this side on the right, I wanted it to be more focused for my older son. So he's 7 and he can read now, which is great. I love reading, so I want to get him into chapter books. And we really like Dogman and Captain Underpants. However, I want him to do more like actual chapter books, like a novel, I guess is what you would call it. And so if you guys have any recommendations on ones he would be interested in, going through these, I was having nostalgia because we have the Magic Tree House, and then I was remembering, was it called like Boxcar Children that I used to be into? Junie B. Jones, I think, was a little bit younger. But yeah, it's crazy seeing all of these books. Does anyone remember Frindle? For some reason, that keeps popping in my mind as well. Okay, I think I showed these up to the camera earlier, but these are great for like teaching kids about emotion. And my 4-year-old recently is going through it. He, like, we joked, he's like my little angel baby, and he really was like a little miracle baby. If you haven't seen videos on my channel, I went into labor with him at 27 weeks and had him at 28 weeks. Like, both his lungs collapsed, he had a hole in his heart, he was in the NICU for 10 weeks. When he came home from the NICU, he was still on oxygen because he kept forgetting to breathe. Lots of stuff. Little miracle angel baby. And he is 100% healthy, which is all I could ask for. But he never had like terrible 2s or terrible 3s. He was like so sweet. Man, the 4s are hitting us hard. So part of me is like, maybe I need to read this book to him. But he doesn't really have anger. I'm like trying to see because there's a few of them. I would almost say, no, maybe that is the right one because we're just having trouble with like listening and saying no and all those things. So I'm gonna be reading these to him. Okay, so the last time I did this, all 6 of these were filled with books, so huge improvement. Now, this little toy organization contraption we have had for so many years, and I'll tell you what, I don't love it anymore. It's supposed to hold a ton of those white things, and I feel like it just makes it so that we're able to hold more clutter and hold more toys, where I feel like the kids don't need that many toys out at once, especially because it's kind of open storage and you can see everything. So the last time I decluttered, I actually put it in the donate pile, and I was like, maybe we could sell it on Facebook Marketplace. And then my husband wanted to keep it, so it ended up back in the playroom. So I'm just gonna move it over here for now and let him know once again that I think we should donate it because I don't think it's really helping us in any way. The amount of random cords I find every time I'm decluttering, and I have no idea where they go to. I ended up just deciding to put these really big toys over here in the corner. If any of you guys have suggestions for huge toys like that, like how you store them, I don't want to just put them in a closet because they are toys that he plays with, let me know. Okay, so this is the trash and donate pile from the playroom. So much stuff, like 3 trash bags, plus these books that I don't really know what to do with, and then these books in basket, which I'm giving my friend. So I feel like that was a really successful declutter for one room. I'm like, yeah, I did good. Okay, so next we are moving on to my dresser. Now this is the thing I was the most excited to do. I've been thinking about it every single day because every single day when I get dressed, it is so hard to open these drawers. And like I said, I've lost weight, so half of these bottoms don't even fit me anymore. And I'm like, why do I even have these? So we are gonna go through them and get rid of a ton. And let me tell you, obviously I already filmed this. It has been so much nicer getting dressed in the morning, opening the drawers. They are not as full. Everything has a place. I'm so happy I did this. Now, originally my idea was to, I guess, take the shorts or the pants out of the drawer that I didn't want. And soon I realized that that was not a good method. It was taking me way longer and everything needed to be folded anyways. So I ended up just taking everything out of the drawers and organizing it on the bed and then putting things back after that I wanted to keep. Gosh, these pants that I'm about to show, the blue and white ones, I feel like the last 2 times I've done a dresser declutter, I have kept them because I'm like, one day I'll wear them. And they're these really pretty linen beach pants, and I have never, ever worn them. So I tried them on, and you know what? They're like 2 inches too short, so we're getting rid of them today. Thank goodness. Now, the next drawer that I'm doing is like intimates. So a lot of the things I need to get rid of are nursing bras. I have so many nursing bras. I seriously only wore nursing bras for like 3 years after having Bennett. And I've slowly decided I can wear regular stuff now. So I need to get rid of those. Now, the things I use the most often are I think they're called biker shorts, just the shorts I wear to the gym because I do go to the gym every single day. So I want those on the top here so that they're easy to grab. I really think I'm only going to have them in here and not put anything else because I could put my other shorts and just have like tons of shorts in this drawer, but then I think it just kind of gets overwhelming again. Like, yeah, that's fine, but if I have enough drawers, maybe I keep this just for my workout shorts because a few here are dirty right now. I don't know. Let's see. We can always throw more stuff in here if there's not enough drawers. And then below that, we'll do my like everyday shorts that I wear all the time, which I don't really wear these that much, but I do wear the rest. Now down here, I'm going to do like all of my sweatpants, even though it's summer, these are ones that I wear like daily. And then I also have a few pajama shorts. So this is just like the comfy drawer. And then I think this can be, you know what? I think this will be shorts and skirts because I don't have that many. So this will be shorts and skirts actually. So then this drawer is the bras and stuff. This one I think can be my like yoga pants and leggings, stuff like that. And then down here will be the stuff that I don't wear a lot. So the random jeans, all that. And then we can just, I don't mind if this drawer is full because I'm not ever gonna open it. unless I really need something. Like I'm not gonna be doing a lot of laundry in this drawer. Okay, let's see. I think that works. And then I can keep this drawer like this, and that'll be easy for my husband. He does a lot of the laundry, and I'll just be like, these are where my workout clothes go, because whenever it's time to go to the gym, I am always running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get the kids ready, trying to get everything together, and I'm always like, oh, where's my shorts? So, show you what I got. Hi everybody, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Lauren. So this intro is in a little different of a spot today because I'm sitting down and writing a to-do list. I have felt like for honestly months now that I'm just running behind on literally every part of my life, YouTube included, and I know you have noticed and I'm sorry about that, but it feels like I just can't catch up on anything. So just a ton of stuff around the house, cleaning, decluttering, decorating, pretty much stuff that's in my usual videos, but maybe a little bit of a different style today because I really just need to check off this to-do list. One of the things being, hold on, I'll show you. Well, you can probably, oh, you can't even see. Up there, there is a picture frame. Oop. Oop, that is not filled with a picture, and there are so many frames around my whole entire house like that. This being one of them. This is on a side table in our living room. That is not me and my husband. So there's a lot of frames that I want to get pictures for, just random stuff like that. So let's make the to-do list and get on into it. That is the to-do list. We're gonna get started. Okay, so before doing the laundry, the first thing I had to do was make the bed just so I had a clean surface area. Now I will say, if you are here for bed making tips, I am not your girl. I am horrible at making the bed. Even in decorating videos where I have like throw pillows and I really try, it just never looks right. And honestly, I've just came to the point where whenever we have throw pillows, they end up on the floor. So we just keep the pillows we use on there. So not the prettiest sight, but it did get the job done. I don't want to hear comments about how much laundry this is. I know. So I want to see how long this will actually take me. So it is 3:20. I'll just set a timer. Okay, if you guys are wondering why there is so much laundry, so all weekend my husband was like, we gotta do laundry, and I was like, no, I will do it on Monday, don't worry about it, don't think about it. So that was why there was so much. We were kind of letting it pile up because I was like, don't worry about it, I will do it. Because my husband absolutely hates doing laundry. It's his least favorite chore, and I actually don't mind it. It doesn't bother me at all. However, I've noticed recently that he's the one that always seems to do the laundry. He like gets to it first and he's he's been taking on that responsibility, but I know how much he doesn't like it. So I wanted to kind of take it off of him. So I've been, since filming this video, setting an alarm on my phone every day, doing a load of laundry, getting it done, trying to take that responsibility off of him without him even asking, just because I know he doesn't like it and it doesn't bother me at all. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. I've actually gotten way more done than I thought I would in 20 minutes. This is kind of inspired by, I saw this girl, and she did this series, I forget which app it was on, but it was called How Long Does It Actually Take? And it was her doing like the smallest tasks that she put off forever, like, oh, cleaning my dishwasher filter. She's like, I've been putting this off for 2 years. Let's see, how long does this actually take? And then she did it and it took 2 minutes. Or she was something like her pantry was stressing her out forever, so she's like, how long does it actually take? And it took 10 minutes, just to like show all these little things or these tasks that all day we're like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then when you do it, it doesn't take long at all. So 20 minutes is kind of long, but I mean, I feel like I got a lot done in 20 minutes and it needed to be done. So my podcast is over. Now I'm going to listen to my book. Okay, that took 44 minutes. Honestly, not bad because that was a lot of laundry. Okay, next thing on the to-do list is my 4-year-old son's room. I'm gonna try to talk fast because I have recorded this a bunch of times and I keep talking for way too long. Okay, now unfortunately I did talk really long once again, so we're gonna try this again to make it really fast. Basically, I'm doing a room makeover in my 4-year-old son's room. He doesn't sleep in here right now. He's in the stage where he thinks it's scary and there's monsters and all of that. So I wanted to give him a little, you know, cheap room makeover so that he felt good in here and he was excited to come in this room. So I got new curtains. I have been looking for bed frames on Facebook Marketplace. I got a new recliner, which I'm going to be putting in the room in this video. And then in one of my videos earlier this year, I got this cube storage to organize this room because the room was it just had so many toys. And the cube storage has been working for us. However, in that video, I did try to go really cheap and I bought baskets from Home Goods rather than like cubes because it was cheaper, and they ended up just kind of being too small and looking weird. So since then I've put those baskets in the hall closet, and I actually found some cheaper cubes this day at Home. I found the woven ones for $12.99 and the fabric ones for $5.99. So I'm going to be going through kind of reorganizing, setting things up, rearranging the room, bringing the new recliner in, and that's what we're doing in here. So I was thinking about possibly putting a couple stuffed animals or like a bigger toy that he plays with, like some of his school buses or fire trucks in there. And then I also thought about doing books, but let me bring the recliner in here first because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that this way or turn it this way. Okay, we have had this chair in his room. It has just floated from room to room for years. It's just a regular chair. So it's not that comfy. So I'm going to take this out. Bring the recliner in. Oh my goodness. Right now, because we were trying to sleep in here with him, we have this fold out like futon with a queen mattress on it, and then the twin mattress is down here. We're gonna take both of these out and get a new twin bed frame to put the twin mattress on, so all that's gonna be gone. Okay, so I believe I mentioned this before, but we brought this queen bed in here. It was like a little futon fold out thing from the guest room or the playroom because we wanted to sleep in here with him to make him a little bit more comfortable. So that's gonna actually move, and I've been on the hunt for a new bed frame from Facebook Marketplace, a twin one to put his twin bed on. He was using my 7-year-old's, but it was just big and clunky. It was like a day bed and it was kind of broken, so if I laid on it, it would dip in a little bit. So got rid of that, on the hunt for a new bed frame on Facebook Marketplace. I also have new curtains coming in. So we're gonna continue the rest of this room makeover in a different video. I have a lot of decor that I wanna do, but I'm really happy with the progress we made today. I'm gonna get this tidied up for now so we can move on with the rest of the to-do list. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is gonna be a room makeover, but I'm gonna do it over multiple videos. So I wanted to put some inspiration pictures on the screen. I found these on Pinterest, I love them. I don't think his room will look quite this good. I'm hoping I won't have to paint. I hate painting, but I think it would look so much better if I did paint. And his room will definitely be a little more like kidsy than these pictures because he loves his like characters and his dinosaurs and whatever. I wanted to feel very happy for him, but I love these photos. I love the colors in the photos. So I'm on the hunt on Facebook Marketplace for like a wood toned bed frame. And then I was thinking, like this color green on this bed here, I was thinking maybe I could paint the cube storage this green color because I don't really like the white. And I have some denim colored curtains coming in the mail, so it's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited to do that. Okay, this is by no means going to be a pantry makeover, but I need to go through here and get this a little more organized. I'm not even going to give you guys an up-close shot like I normally do because it's embarrassing. It just looks so bad right now, and like we just threw the food in and closed our eyes or something. Now, I do need to go through and throw out like expired stuff, but there's not that much expired stuff. However, for some reason, I'm like the keeper of the bottom of the breads. I do this every time. There's just like the little ends of the breads, and there's probably like 6 of these in here. It's stuff like that where I'm like, Lauren, throw it away. You're making your life harder. Okay, I'm gonna do like a time lapse or something, but we're gonna get that looking a little better. Now, I always listen to audiobooks, and I know I've been telling you guys for a while I've had a hard time finding one that I like. However, I've been listening to Famous Last Words by Jillian McAllister, and it's so good. So we're gonna play that and we're gonna get this done. Okay, fine. You can see the inside of the pantry. I feel like it's more interesting. Just trying to figure out like what would be the most, not what's the cutest, what makes the most sense, what would stay the way it's supposed to the most. So I for sure need to go through the medicine bins, and I feel like I went through them fairly recently, maybe like October, but then we hit sick season and that's when they just get thrown out of order, because when the kids are sick and it's the middle of the night and I'm like frantically looking for medicine, all organization goes out the window. These are from like Dollar Tree years ago and breaking, and they're not see-through, so it's not as easy to find stuff. So I'm gonna put like the important, like need quickly Tylenol, Pepto-Bismol, stuff like that in these, so. And all this little stuff that was from like a first aid kit ends up just kind of cluttering the bottom. So I think I'm gonna put that stuff in a Ziploc so that it stays contained. Because it has been useful like every once in a while if I'm like, oh, I don't have a blank, and then I find it, so. Okay, so this is like first aid stuff, and then this is like medicines that we use more often than I might be frantically looking for in the middle of the night, or I can never find these little dosage cups or a thermometer when I need it, so hopefully that can stay like that. And then we have a lot of vitamins too that I'm going to use this one for. I'm gonna go like this though for now. Okay, it looks so much better. We have paper towels, trash bags, all the protein stuff, all the baking stuff, snack stuff, pancakes, oatmeal, like breakfast stuff, medicine, vitamins, rice, tuna packets, pasta stuff, snack, bread, whatever, cans, coffee, and then a ton of foil wrap. My husband gets that free from his job. So that's why we have a ton. I promise I'm not like hoarding that. I feel like Walgreens always has like 50% off. Maybe that's like their thing, like Kohl's. How everything's always on sale. Okay, so I sent myself some pictures, and then I wrote down in my notes like what the sizes were of each frame. So there's a 4x6 photo for my bedroom going this way. So for my bedroom, I know I want to use a picture of me and my husband. Random, but my birthday is coming up. It is on Sunday, this Sunday, May 18th. I will be 33 years old, and I'm excited. So because I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and the last, honestly, since I had kids, years, we haven't really done anything for my birthday. Me and my husband will go out to dinner, or we go to like my mom's house and have cake and pizza and stuff, but I haven't had like a solid group of friends here. And I've talked about in other videos how my New Year's resolution for 2024, so for last year, was to make friends. And I joined a gym. I actually made a bunch of friends. I like put myself out there, asked girls in the neighborhood to go on walks with me, like did all that stuff, and I actually have a pretty good group of friends now. So I'm excited because I think this year we're gonna go to like an adult arcade type of place. Me, my friends, their husbands. I think there's gonna be like 11 of us. And yeah, I've just never had like a birthday party, I guess, since having kids. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'd love to know, what are you guys up to this weekend? That just feels like it's too close to the molding though. Huh. Okay, so maybe that means I need to find a frame that's not a square, but like 11 by 14 or something to go here. What about this? No, that's too close. Okay, now I have these two photos. I'm trying to figure out which one I would like better. Whenever I film this side of the room, I just don't like it. I feel like it feels so brown and boring and beige, but I feel like it fits good with the rest of the room because the rest of the room does have pops of color. So I will just show you guys. Sorry, you're on the tripod, so it's gonna be a little shaky. I feel like once I switch out this side table, like find one that I like, and then I add florals, and I'll make it look more fun. But for now, this is kind of the boring area of the living room.